I've seen it done many times, both at the high school and the middle school. The impact on my kids was incredible. The one thing I like about Journey is that you cannot remain detached. You must be engaged. It captures the kids' hearts. And when the presenters talk about how the kid can make the difference, it's empowering. Journey, to me, touches lives, empowers kids to change, and to make the world more peaceful. I love it. I support it. I helped to write a lesson plan for it so that student assistance program counselors in my district could use it with the most at-risk youth. So it's wonderful. You can collect data on it. There's a pre-test and a post-test. And I think one of my favorite things is the fact that when you have the presentation at your school, at the lunchtime, they don't perform in the assembly format. They meet with the leaders in your school, the student leaders. It was so wonderful for my children who were selected to be part of this, and we filled a big classroom. They came in, they got to be heard, and they got to talk about what this film meant to them. For a lot of them, they didn't have the language to identify racism or homophobia or any kind of hate violence. Now they had a vocabulary. Now they had a way to change their lives, change their school, change their city, change their state, and change their world. That's the great thing about Journey for me. And I highly recommend it. I think it is a wonderful, wonderful program for middle and high school students.
I think that other kids need to hear it. Not just, not just one school, not just the bad schools, good schools, schools in between. They all need to hear it because we're all people. And we all, in a sense, kind of think the same.
The documentary, it's so right, like how racism is like a really major issue and stuff, and people with their thoughts and everything, and hating people just because the way they look or who they are, and they shouldn't be doing that. So it really bugs me because it's true. And, people are always dying every day just because, like he said, that one single thought.
But when I first saw it, my first thoughts are listening to the students. And their reactions were almost appalling. They were, oh man, I can't believe that they would write something or they would put that on the screen. And you could hear the murmur in the crowd. And for me, I see it a lot. I hear it a lot. It's in the music. The students use it. But now I think by looking at it on the screen, they realize with the other words, they realize the impact that it had and that it does have. And I think it's going to change a lot of their minds, and it'll change a little bit of their vocabulary also.
In a way, we're all the same. If you really look and you really just pay attention, we're all the same. And by you judging someone, that doesn't make anything better. It just makes things worse. That creates problems. The problems can escalate, and then things can get like almost unimaginable.
Well, I hope that this program would cause all the students to really think about not just the present, but the future. What the future holds for them, what they're going to do with their life, and how their actions can change their lives, as it changed some of the people we saw in the video. It's really it's a good program. I think that it just causes them to think, and a lot of times I don't see students thinking about what's going to happen to them, or what happens when they do a certain thing, or take their thoughts into action from not thinking. So this program is good for the students because it'll cause them to think about themselves.